What's up, Bills Mafia? The Buffalo Bills will play the New York Jets this Sunday in Buffalo. And boy, oh boy, let the Joe Brady experiment begin. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, the Joe Brady experiment has begun, and we are days away. And we will see if he has any magical potions to fix this offense. And I hope he does because we have 7 games remaining, and it starts Sunday. It starts Sunday. I mean, I said last week was a must win, and I stood by that, but this is definitely, I think pretty much every game here on out is a must win for the Buffalo Bills. But yes, put it this way, guys. They're going to be a tougher defense to go against for Joe Brady. And I hope he brings it. I hope he has the magical potions and he has all the the secret ingredients to get this offense right, because right now, guys, this offense is a hot mess. But anyways, let's get this thing going. Once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this. And I want to start off with the storylines. And I'm going to get to a few things today. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video than I normally do. So let's get this thing going. All right, storylines for week 11. And the first one is it's Joe Brady's turn. Look at Joe Brady right there. He's like, guys, this Ken Dorsey is just making a lot of mistakes. And boy, do I wish I was up there calling the plays right about now. I mean, that's what he's thinking. But is he ready to take on the task? We'll see. The Bills fired Ken Dorsey. That was talked about all throughout the start of this week and will continue. Then as we progress towards Sunday, attention will turn towards his replacement, Joe Brady. Get ready for a lot of the storyline. There will be plenty of reaction for players and commentary to come. Absolutely. It's a big moment. It's a big moment for this team, for Joe Brady, for Josh Allen. Let's see if Joe Brady can bring something different to this offense. Like I said, listen, at this point, guys, I was good with letting Ken Dorsey go because what do you have to lose? What do you got to lose, right? We needed something, a spark, anything. And even if it doesn't come, guys, even if Joe Brady just falls flat on his ass, who cares? Where were we going anyways with Ken Dorsey? So I was all good for the change. Let's see what Joe Brady brings to the table. I will say this, though. It's not going to be a totally new offense. It's impossible, guys. We're in week 11. There's not enough time for Joe Brady to write up, his own style of offense. This is not going to happen. So what I expect from Joe Brady is better play calling. I expect him to sprinkle some of his stuff in there, but I don't think it's going to be a crazy amount of stuff because the players need to learn what he wants to do as far as new plays. And I don't know if there's a whole bunch of time to fit in a whole bunch of new plays. So I'm sure he'll sprinkle in some. How much? Who knows? Let's hope his game planning is better than Ken Dorsey, especially against these better defenses. But this is a big test this weekend against the Jets, who I feel is the best defense in the NFL. So if we can look better on offense than we did, as of late and really week 1 against the Jets, then we might have something here brewing with Joe Brady. But if the Bills offense looks flat, same old, then guys, it's the writing's on the wall at that point. We need a new OC in the offseason, and really we need a whole new coaching staff, in my opinion. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right, let's continue. All right, eyes on Steph again. Again. Oh my God, we can't get away from this. Stefon Diggs is in headlines again for all the wrong reasons. Even though it's not specifically his fault, he seems to be doing nothing about it, or he didn't at first. It all stems from his brother, Trayvon, who plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Trayvon Diggs first essentially said that his brother needs to leave Buffalo when they lost to the Broncos. Then he followed that up with taking a shot at Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Just not the best look for either Diggs' brother. And I got to say, once again, I understand where Stefon Diggs is coming from. I understand where he was coming from in the offseason. I just didn't think he handled it right in the offseason. But did I understand where he was coming from? Hell yes. Because look what's going on now. So I think we all can agree that he was right. However, the way he handled it, in my opinion, was wrong. And how he's handling this situation is wrong. Because listen, I get he's your brother, right? Brother, blood comes before anything, right? However, Josh Allen is your quarterback. He's like your brother in that locker room. He's the closest guy you got in that locker room. He's a guy who's defended you since you got here, and any negative criticism brought your way. Josh Allen has been the one to stick up for you. Always. I don't think there's been a time where Josh Allen just avoided questions about you or your character, anything like that. So when Stefon Diggs got to talk to reporters the other day, and they, of course, brung up his brother Trayvon Diggs' comments, what I would have liked for him to say was, listen, I don't speak for Trayvon Diggs. I can't tell him, to take down what he writes. If that's what he wants to say, that's his opinion. However, that's not what I'm saying. Josh is my dude. That's my quarterback. I love Josh Allen. He's always had my back, and I have his. And we're going to get through this. That's it. It would have been squashed. It would have been done. The reporters would have been like, all right, shit. All right, yeah. Hey, that's all we needed to hear. But he didn't say that. Hey, he said whatever. Hey, it's my brother, and whatever he says, it's, hey, y'all ask him. I'm sorry. That's bad. It's a bad look. You have to, come on, man. You can't defend your quarterback. And I'm not even saying defend him like, hey, say your brother's wrong or he's an idiot, whatever. But say it just like how I said it. That's not coming from me, you guys. That's my guy. I always stand by my guy. Me and him are good. Y'all got nothing to worry about. And he didn't say that. And that's troublesome. I gotta be honest with you. And where there's smoke, there's fire, guys. And there's been a lot of smoke this offseason and really during this year as well. Obviously winning cures all. We know that, right? We get back to winning, that shit's all quiet and pushed aside. But right now, we ain't winning and we ain't looking good. And now, of course, we got to deal with this mess. And he's just, I just wish he would stand up for his teammates more, especially Josh Allen, who he knows better than anyone that Josh Allen gives his all on the field. Like blood, sweat, and tears. And just like Stefon Diggs, I got to say that too. Stefon Diggs is the same way. I've never questioned Stefon Diggs' work ethic. That dude is the man. That dude goes out there and busts his ass. However, being a good teammate goes a long way as well. Sticking up for your teammates, letting people know that you don't feel that way goes a long way as well, as far as character goes. And I'm a little disappointed. I got to be honest with you. But that being said, I understand. Like I said, I agree with where he's coming from with why he's upset, or this offense, or the coaching staff. And I believe this is more than just about offense. I believe this is coaching in general. Sean McDermott and the rest of the coaching staff. Let's be real. It's failed. It's failed us. And I understand why he's upset. But you can't throw your quarterback under the bus, or at least have somebody else do it and that not stand up for him, or not say, hey, I don't feel that way. That's where I'm coming with that. So I'll move on. Y'all know how I feel. A must-win game. Listen, last week was a must-win game, but yeah, of course it is. It's being echoed a lot already, and it's certainly going to be downplayed by the Bills locker room. However, even though winning one of the last two games would have been huge for Buffalo, now we're really getting down to crunch time already. And they put crush time. Bills Wire trying to mess me up. Crunch time. Even if it's denied, there's really no denying it. This is a must-win game. Absolutely. They're all pretty much must-win games. I got to be real with you. We're 5-5. We know you have to win at least 10 minimum to get into the wild card, have a wild card chance. You might have to win 11. Just saying. So, man, the Bills may have to win 6 or 7 to get in. They may have to. I don't know if that's possible. But, hey, I'll be optimistic, and it starts this Sunday. Win against the Jets, there's one. Now you got the 6 wins. Then you go to Philly. Can you pull off an upset at Philly before your bye week? All right, let's say you do. That's 7. All right, get your shit together in the bye week. Get healed up, get rested. Then you got the Chiefs at the Chiefs. Can you win 8 games right there? I don't know. The Chiefs usually have our number. Let's hope we do. But it has to start this Sunday. They got to get their shit together. They have to. If they lose, I already think it's going to be tough sledding. But if they lose, it is 1,000% over. I do not care what anyone says. You have to win pretty much every game going forward. You can afford to lose 1, maybe 2 games. Maybe 2. Honestly, guys. All right, next up. Being beaten by the Jets. Copy and paste here. Instead of the idea of a must win, this being a revenge game is going to be discussed. It's always hard to beat an opponent twice in the same season in the NFL. But the Bills aren't doing very well lately, so the Jets shouldn't be taken lightly after their overtime win in week 1. I agree. Listen, the Jets have the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion. Now, some could argue, the Cowboys or, Cleveland. But I believe the Jets have the best defense right now in the NFL. So, for sure, this is going to be a tough task. There's no doubt about it. And it's going to be really squarely on Joe Brady. I think the defense will do their job. Zach Wilson is a terrible quarterback. Let's be real. They should hold the Jets under 14 points. They should, by the way. With McDermott, I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But in all, realistically, they should get no more than 14, in my opinion. So can we score like 17 points against the Jets? I think we can, but we'll see. We'll find out. The good thing is it is at home. So that's a good thing. We're not playing, in New Jersey on that terrible turf over there in New Jersey. So at least we'll be, we won't have so many injuries playing on that terrible turf they got over there. But, yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next one, guys. Injury updates. Oh, boy, the injuries. My God. The Jets offense led by quarterback Zach Wilson does not require much talent to stop. But with the struggles the Bills have had as of late, Buffalo would take any boost they can get. And in 2023, it's not a Bill storyline post if we don't discuss some sort of injury concern. The 2 at the top of the list are Micah Hyde, neck, and Christian Benford, hamstring. Both defensive backs did not play against the Broncos. It's always something with this team, with the injuries the last 2 seasons, man. It's crazy, and it's always on the defensive side. Offense, by the way, what the fuck is your excuse? You're healthy all across the board, pretty much. But yeah, man, we need Micah Hyde back. He's such a big piece of this defense. And he was actually having a good season. And by the way, the NFL fined that guy like $3,000 for that hit that knocked out Micah Hyde. Like that's ridiculous. NFL, you're gonna find $10,000 for Josh Allen pointing his finger at somebody. Anywho, but yeah, man, the injuries are just piling up for this team, man. We need to get healthy, especially if we're going to try to do anything in this next 7 games, guys. So, all right, next up, hot seat. Oh, look at him. There he is. Mr. Coach speak over here, week after week with the same old garbage talk that he gives us his same bullshit excuses week after week, man. After the week that was, McDermott's seat is undoubtedly getting warmer for the first time. Sean McDermott. Boy, oh boy. We're not playing complimentary football. Yeah, no shit. No shit, Sean. You've been saying that for fucking weeks now. And when you had a chance to let Ken Dorsey go, you didn't. Maybe this ship could have been, right? Maybe things could have turned a different direction if you made a move a while back when reporters and everybody else was asking, is it time for a change at offensive coordinator, at offensive play calling? Sean McDermott, is there a change? Do you see a change coming? No. How dare you ask that? Ken's my guy. Go fuck yourself. How'd that work out for you, Sean? Another terrible decision, just like keeping Leslie Frazier after 2021. If that was even Leslie Frazier's doing against the Chiefs in 2021, in the playoff game, 13 seconds. Debacle. Or is he just another scapegoat? But if he was the problem, why didn't you let him go after 2021? If you were so confident about your defense, why didn't you do the defensive play calling in 2022? Just saying. So it makes no sense. And then you hold on to Ken Dorsey, who's clearly week after week after week after week after week after week after week not doing a good job. He had one good game against the Dolphins. Matter of fact, in Sean McDermott's press conference about Ken Dorsey after the firing, he pretty much said so. It was one game. We really looked good against the Dolphins. Other than that, we struggled out the gate. Oh, you struggled out the gate. No shit. We lost week 1 against the Jets, who lost their quarterback the very first drive. Zach Wilson, who's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL, starting quarterbacks. I don't get it. Like, why didn't you make a move at least 3 weeks ago? If you saw the writing on the wall, if it's been a consistent thing, except for one lousy game, that's on you, coach. And a lot of it's on you. Last week's loss is on you. I mean, yeah, it's Ken Dorsey did terrible too, but you had an opportunity to win the game. Then you had another opportunity to win the game. And you had 12 people on the field after calling a timeout. Once again, special teams is an issue. Isn't that Sean McDermott's thing? He loves the special teams. Boy, they fail us in big moments. How about the 13 seconds against the Chiefs where they didn't know if they wanted to squib kick it or kick it out of bounds? He wanted to squib kick it, but he didn't get, I guess, miscommunication with special teams coordinator. Oh. And that's a lot of the reasons why Sean McDermott isn't the guy for Buffalo. I love what he's, like I said, I'll respect what he's done for this team. Putting this team, getting a good team together. Look, my dog's mad. I don't know if you can hear her barking, but just me talking about Sean McDermott right now, she's just like, yo, get this guy out of town. But like I said, I respect what he's did. He built a culture, a good culture here. He got this team from the dead, picked it up from the dead. But he's reached the ceiling, and now he's regressing, right? So it's time for a change, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm going to remain optimistic because I have no other choice but to. I'm a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and if you're watching this video, I would think you are too. You're Bills Mafia thick and thin, right? Through thick and thin, right? It runs through your blood. So, I mean, what choice do we got? We're going to watch. There's 7 games left. If you're a true Bills fan, Bills Mafia, you're going to ride or die with your team. Even if you're angry, it doesn't matter. That's how I see this team. So I may get angry with them at times. They may upset me. But no matter what, I'll be here doing my videos. I'll be here talking about the team that I love. Listen, I love all kind of sports, guys. I love basketball, Detroit Pistons, baby. That's my team. I got a tattoo of them as well. Detroit Tigers, baseball, love them. Great, Miami Hurricanes, football, love them. But my true passion lies with the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia. Or else I would be doing videos or have another channel with Pistons talk or Tigers talk and Miami Hurricanes talk. So it's never going to stop from me. And I can't speak for you guys if you guys want to stop watching the Buffalo Bills, but it's never going to stop. And I just hope one day before I leave this earth that the Buffalo Bills can win a Super Bowl. I really hope. One can hope. But anyways, let's get to the next thing I wanted to go through. I told you this video is going to be a little bit longer than what I normally do because I want to get it all out of the way today. By the way, we do go live tonight, Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live. Did I say Friday Night Live? I most certainly did. And I'm not going to edit this. There's no editing here. Screw that. Friday Night Lights goes live tonight at 8:30 with me and Mikey. You don't want to miss that. So let's get to the next one. All right. All right. Here we go. Things to watch for during Week 11's matchup. All right. Here we go. What are we going to watch for? Well, the obvious, the offense. And there he is again. Joe Brady next to Josh Allen there. And he's just like, hey, man, this is total crap. But hey, this is what Ken Dorsey wants and Sean McDermott, man. I feel bad for you, bud, but stand over here and just hopefully the defense can bail us out again. And this guy over here is saying, this fucking team. This team is trash. The guy in a blue shirt, look at him. He's disgusted. You can't even watch anymore. Oh, God. All right. After firing offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey and replacing him with Joe Brady, all the eyes of the NFL are going to be on what, if anything, is different for the Bills offense against the Jets. And no pressure either. New York's defense is easily one of the best in football, maybe the best. And it is. It's the best. Of course it is. I told you guys this. They're young. They're fast. They play physical. They know how to tackle, unlike the Buffalo Bills. We still can't tackle. It's been like that since Sean McDermott's been a head coach. Don't get it, but we can't. Anyways, this is going to be a huge test. I'm telling you right now. Joe Brady, boy, oh boy, you better have your lab coat on and fixing up some potions here, man, because we're going to need everything from you to beat this team. I'm going to be honest with you, or at least look good on offense. How about that? All right, next up. All right, turnover improvement. Oh, Josh, what's going on with the turnover? Man, guys turn into damn, what's his name over there in Tampa? Forget his name now. You guys know what I'm talking about. The turnover machine over there. Not Baker Mayfield. The other guy. Oh, I can't think of his name. What's his name? Hold on, guys. I got to think of his name now. Hold on. Oh, Jameis Winston. You're turning into Jameis Winston over here. Come on, Josh. You ain't no Jameis Winston. Mixed in there and not having fully to do with Dorsey is a turnover issue. Allen has thrown 11 interceptions this season, the most in the NFL. Can Brady somehow figure out how to get Allen to stop giving the ball away? Great question. He could put him in better positions. He could do better play calling that might help. But ultimately, it comes down to Josh Allen and his decision making. I mean, how about don't throw in double coverage for one? How about sometimes you got to take what the defense is giving you? I'm just saying, like, little things like that. It's like, I go back and watch a film, Cover One, shout out to them. They did like a recent video on Dorsey and Allen, like whose fault was it? Was it the offense or was it more Allen? And it was a little bit of both. Pretty much they sprinkled in. It was a little bit of both. But Allen has made some poor decisions, very poor decisions. There's been guys open. There's been better reads he could have made. He chose not to. And just not their video, but I've seen, like I said, doing my own film study. There's been times that he could have took off and got a first down. Instead, he hesitated, wait, and threw the ball either for an interception or overthrown. I don't understand what's going on this season with that. Like, it just seems like he's overthinking the moment. Prior seasons, Allen was pretty quick at his decision making. He was either going to take off and go if it wasn't there, or he was going to throw the damn ball and take the chance. Like, no matter what, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you got to take the good with the bad with Allen. No matter what, he's going to have some turnovers each season. However, this is way too many, and he has to start settling down and playing better. You can't turn the ball over this many times in the NFL and expect your defense to just keep on holding on. So yeah, man. And I know he knows this, guys, but he has to start showing it on the field, knowing and like saying you understand it's a problem, but not correcting it. That's an issue. All right. Next up. Prepping for Zach. What the fuck you got to prep for this guy for? This fucking guy's terrible. I don't care what anyone says. We once again though, the Bills, we make fucking any quarterback look fucking great. I don't get our defense, guys. Mac Jones, 2-3 weeks ago, looked like fucking Tom Brady on the 75 yards down the field to win the game. On Sean McDermott's defenses, lights out defense that he wanted to take over because he thought, he could do a better job. And we've had two opportunities. Granted, I'm not saying the defense in total has been bad. I get all the injuries. I get that, guys. But he's had two opportunities to close the show when the offense finally got their shit together and took the lead. Two. One against the Patriots, and they drove 75 yards and one on a touchdown. By the way, a Patriots offense that stinks. It wasn't like this was the Chiefs. Fine, I get it. Okay, Patrick Mahomes had 2 minutes to drive. Fine, whatever. I'll take the Eagles. Okay, fine. It's a fucking Patriots who's averaged 12 points a game. That's all on that's all on him. And then against the last week against Denver, offense takes the lead. Here we go. You have an opportunity, and you blow it yet again. Not only you blow it twice because you had an opportunity to stop the field goal, but yeah, you had 12 men on the field. Not to mention almost losing against the Buccaneers. It's wild, man. So the opportunities he's had so far to close the show as this expert defensive coordinator has not looked good. All right. Next up. Pass rush could decide game. I hope so. The Bills pass rush has been great all season. a true bright spot, even if Von Miller isn't really playing all that much. They have 33 sacks as a defense this season, second most in the NFL. That's crazy, by the way. And week 11, get set for it to make a difference. The Jets have allowed 34 sacks this year, third most. I got to be honest, I didn't even know we were second in the league in sacks. That's kind of crazy to me because I kind of feel like we haven't really gotten to the quarterback lately. I know we got to Russell Wilson late in that game, but I kind of feel like we haven't been getting to the quarterback. So, but overall, I think it started off great and it's kind of gotten worse as the season went on as far as getting to the quarterback, making a sack. But maybe we're second because we started off so good. But no, I don't think it's been that great, the last 3 games. And Von Miller, like I told you guys, man, he's listen, he had his ACL tear in Thanksgiving. It hasn't even been a year. So I'm not gonna knock the guy just yet. Like I know Bills Mafia wants to see the old Von Miller back. I get it, especially when we're struggling. Put it this way: if we weren't struggling and we were winning games, and Von Miller was playing exactly how he's playing now, I don't think Bills Mafia would be giving him so much heat. But because we're losing, Bills Mafia is going to point at everyone right now, and I get it. Everyone right now, for the most part, is on the radar of Bills Mafia. So, especially if you ain't playing well, and Von Miller ain't playing well right now. I mean, those are facts, but I also understand why he's not. He's still trying to get back into the swing of things. All right, next up, but not forgetting the run. Oh boy. Yes, Wilson beat the Bills. However, Jets running back Breece Hall led the way with 127 rushing yards. He's going to be the focus for Buffalo's defense and head coach Sean McDermott for good reason. And yeah, we've been a little better against the run, a little as of late, which is good. Linval Joseph is a big reason why I think the last game, like we needed somebody like that to stuff the run, especially on that line. Daquan Jones, by the way, it was said by Sean McDermott, there's a possibility he could return soon or towards the tail end of the season. That is good news because he was playing like an all-pro to start the season. But Joseph was a huge pickup, guys. I love this. I love that dude, bro. He brings it, man. So we'll see. But yeah, stopping the run because that's all they got, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. You stop Breece Hall and you force Zach Wilson to beat you. And there's no way in fuck Zach Wilson's going to beat you. I'm sorry. Unless his defense just totally has a meltdown, there's no way Zach Wilson is going to single-handedly win that game for the Jets. I can't see it happen. If it does, fire fucking Sean McDermott. If Zach Wilson somehow, some way, goes off on that game and it's not Breece Hall, then you fucking fire Sean McDermott. I'm sorry. Get his ass out of town. Send his ass packing. I don't care about the injuries. Fucking Jet, really? Zach Wilson? Stop. All right, next up. Golly. This gets me mad thinking about it. The fans. When the Bills lost to the Denver Broncos last week, 24-22, fans started to turn on the home team a bit. The boo birds were out. Boo! That could happen again if improvement is not shown. And I said it last week, guys. I did. I said, man, if the Bills offense looks like trash going into the second half, like going into halftime, the Bills fans, Bills Mafia, should boo the shit out of that team going into the locker room. And from everything I heard, like people that were there, and then of course me listening or watching on the TV, the boo birds sure did come out, and they deserve it. They fucking deserve it. Sean McDermott, Ken Dorsey at the time, and of course he was up in the box, so you probably didn't hear it, but Sean McDermott definitely did. Josh Allen did. They all did. It's been a piss poor performance by this team for the last month. Really, ever since the London trip. Whatever happened there, I hope we never go back to London because I just like fuck this team all All up, man. But yeah, man, let's just I'm gonna tell y'all, Bills Mafia, man, whoever's going to that game, man, if the Bills give you a piss poor effort and going into halftime, yeah, boo the fuck out of them. I want to see signs written right there, fire Sean McDermott's ass right now. I don't even want to see that motherfucker. You better, dude, just stay in the locker room. Let somebody else do your job. I'm just saying, man. I can't take another press conference from Sean McDermott with his fucking excuses. You know, complimentary football. Got to look at the film. All the fucking coach speak crap that he brings every time in every big game that we lose. By the way, this is a big game. They're all big games coming up now. Every single one of them is a must win. Isn't that fucking nuts? Crazy. Because we couldn't beat teams like the fucking Patriots. We couldn't beat teams, right, like the Denver Broncos. We barely beat teams like Tampa Bay and the Giants. It's miserable. The Jets week 1 without Aaron Rodgers. All these games are winnable games, every single one. By the way, it's not like we've been getting our ass kicked in these games. We've been in all these games, I think, are one-score games, every single one of them. Every single one of them. And truthfully, pretty much in every single one, it's been our offense that's let us down. Let's be real here. Though, like I said earlier in the podcast or the video, the defense also is responsible because they had opportunities to close the show and they chose not to because Sean McDermott folds under pressure. He crumples. He's he every big moment, every big game, he folds. He coaches not to lose. He doesn't coach to win. I'll repeat that. He coaches not to lose. But he doesn't coach to win. It's such a. I get it, guys. Like you're gonna say, well, then fire his ass. Well, yeah, I'm not the fucking owner, and I think the owners are holding on to the past. They're scared of going back to the drought years. I think they're cool with just making the playoffs, but Bills Mafia deserves better. This team, these players deserve better. Josh Allen's only going to be in his prime so long. Stefon Diggs already wants the fuck out of town. Come on, guys. I told you, man, there's smoke, there's fire. You don't think Stefon Diggs would love to get the fuck out of Buffalo right now? You don't think his fucking bags are already packed by the front door, just praying and hoping somehow, some way we could figure a way to ship him out of town? By the way, it's not happening because we would have to pay him like $35 million or something like that. Like we'd have to eat $35 million unless the team's willing to take it on, and they're not going to. So he's not going anywhere. But now we're going to have a guy that's disgruntled because our coaching staff is fucking terrible and the owners don't want to do anything about it because they're scared of going back through the drought years. You're not going to have that again. You have a good team in place. You have good players. You have a good GM. I'm sure our GM could go out and find us a head coach that's an offensive-minded head coach that could take this team to the next level, something that Sean McDermott is not capable of doing. And by the way, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I eat crow after this video. I hope Sean McDermott goes on and wins the Super Bowl. Of course I do. I fucking love this team. And I want you all to come and bash the shit out of me and be like, oh, fucking see, you idiot. Sean McDermott's the man. I hope so. Of course I do. I don't think so. But anyways, Bills Mafia, don't forget tonight, Friday Night Lights at 8:30. Also, Saturday at 2 p.m., Fantasy Kingdom with Mikey and Howie. They go over fantasy football. So everyone, any of you fantasy football nerds out there, go watch that. They'll give you good advice. At 6 o'clock, AFC East Shakedown. That's going to be on Sports Jedi Network. You can find their link in my channel description. Sports Jedi Network. That's at 6 o'clock, AFC East Shakedown. That's on their channel this week. Also Saturday at 8:30, Nickel City Mafia. I'll be co-hosting with Sean from Red, White, and Bills. So that's at 8:30. You don't want to miss that, and that's on Nickel City Mafia. Sunday, I'm doing the post game with Mikey. Win or lose, you know we're going to be here. So that's the channel. That's the lineup for the channel. Once again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't forget all that. And by the way, if you guys want to join the Mafia Sports Report, there is a link below. It's $4.99 a month, and you get exclusive videos each week, 1 to 2 videos, and you're also helping you're helping the page grow, supporting the page, and I really do appreciate that. So, anyways, Bills Mafia, I love you, and as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.